We're going on a road trip, so please keep watching for more. Hi, I'm Michael, KB9VBR, your host for Ham Radio Q&A. I'm on a mission to inspire and educate the amateur radio community, so if this is your first time watching, please consider hitting that subscribe button. You know, it's another Friday, so it's another weekend where we hitch up the trailer and head north. And this time we're going up to the Northern Highlands American Legion State Forest. It's far northern Wisconsin, about 15 miles south of the Michigan border. Closest towns, Minocqua, Sainer, Eagle River. It's in that Chain of Lakes area where the sport fishers like to go, for the big northern and musky fishing. We're going to be on South Trout Lake. It's a 3,800 deep water lake. Excellent fishing. I'm not going to be doing any fishing this weekend, but I am going to be searching for contacts. So I guess I'm fishing in a way. So, been raining most of the day, most of the morning here Friday. But it looks like the severe weather is pushing outside of our area. So we're going to have a beautiful sunny weekend. Clear skies, a little bit cooler, which is nice because it's been beastly hot over the last few days. So let's head north, get to the campsite, and we'll talk about a little bit more about the activation. Well, we made it to the campground, and it's raining really hard right now. I thought the rain would kind of hold off until maybe a little bit later, but as we got closer and closer, it started to sprinkle, and then it came down a little bit heavier and a little bit heavier, and by the time we got to the state forest here into the campground, the sky just opened up. So had to get the trailer back into the campsite, put this bat wing out in the rain. This has got to be the best investment we've ever made, and that's the reason why we bought it, is for instances like this when it's just pouring and now you've got a kind of a dry place to hang out. So I think the plan is to kind of wait this rain out. It should be finishing up soon, hopefully, and we can kind of move on to the next stage. I've got a dipole antenna I kind of want to tell you about. So if you remember in my previous video, I built a center insulator for a dipole antenna. And the reason why I was going to build a center insulator is that on my next trip, I wanted to use what's called a linked dipole antenna. So I needed the components to build that antenna. What a linked dipole antenna is that you cut a normal dipole antenna for the lowest resonant frequency you want. And then if you want to use this antenna on higher frequencies or bands, you create little breaks in the element so that you can link or unlink them together, making a shorter or a longer antenna. So what I did was, back at home before I came out here, is I measured out a piece of wire for the that's resonant on the 40 meter band. And then I also cut it at the appropriate spot for the 20 meter band, and I just installed a set of power pole connectors at that break point for the 20 meter band, so that I can link and unlink the antenna. So when both pieces are together, it's resonant on 40 meters. When I break it, it's should be resonant on 20 meters. Now the problem is that if I break this antenna, it's gonna fall apart. So I just created a support by taking a small piece of PVC tubing. This is what I had on hand. And you know, for linked dipole antennas, people will use all sorts of stuff, like a piece of dowel with a couple holes in it, or plexiglass with a couple of holes in it. And that I'll feed the wire through this support, probably tape it up a little bit to secure it, and then this will take the strain or the pressure off this power pole connector so that I can suspend this antenna without having it break apart. I will kind of twist the wires together, put everything up, test it out on the meter, and then if I have to make any adjustments, I'll make the appropriate adjustments when I'm happy with the tune, and then I will solder the connections together so that they're more permanent. Okay, I got the antenna up in the air. The center is, I'd say that's about 25 feet or so, and it's kind of an inverted V shape. So it's about one leg over there is about 6-7 feet. Other leg over there is about 6-7 feet. So it's really the moment of truth right now. We're gonna hook it up to our Rig Expert stick analyzer and see what happens. Now it's engaged, it's linked together for the 40-meter band. So we'll kind of see what the analyzer says. I'm going to hit single. Now this antenna was cut for 7.15 megahertz, and it's coming in at about 1.5 to 1. Give or take. Now, like I said, this is a linked dipole, so in order to engage the 20-meter band, I'm going to have to drop the center, bring it back down again, and then disconnect those two power pole connectors to shorten the antenna. For the 20-meter band, pretty much the same story. 14.2 is the frequency that I cut the antenna for, and according to the meter, it's coming in at about 1.43 to 1. So it's about the same thing that is doing with the on 20 meters as it did on 40 meters. If I scroll up a little bit frequency wise, I find that, well, yeah, as we get towards the band end, it's 1.77. Still doable. We can use this. We'll just stay a little bit lower on the 20-meter band. If I get down lower, it looks like it's resonant way down in the bottom of the band at about 1400 megahertz. So that would tell me that the 20-meter segment is long. So if I wanted to really kind of optimize this antenna, what I would have to do is shorten up the 20 meters elements, and then I'll have to, and then on the other side of those links, I'll have to lengthen up that extension for 40 meters, and then this antenna should be singing really good. But I think, you know, for today out here, I'm gonna probably leave it as is. I'll hook it up to the tuner, and then we'll just use the tuner to kind of even things out a little bit. Everything's under 2 to 1. I could probably run this without the tuner, and we would just be hunky-dory. So we'll try it either way. But otherwise, I think it's gonna work good. We'll put it on the air and see what happens. CQ, Parks on the Air. CQ Parks on the Air. KB9 VBR, Kilo Bravo Niner, Victor Bravo Romeo calling CQ for Parks on the Air. Okay, November 8, India. I got you at about a 3x3 here into Wisconsin. K7260, back to you. Roger, the 5x5 in West Virginia. Really appreciate the contact. So you have a good one and stay safe. This is KB9 VBR, QRZ. Yes, correct. 7260 is the Northern Highland American Legion State Forest.
73, thank you much.
All right, roger that. You have a good one. This is KB9 VBR, QRZ.
November 1, Kilo Whiskey Golf.
November 1, Kilo Whiskey Golf. I got you in at about a 5x3 here into Wisconsin. K7260, back to you.
She was on the 5-3,
Roger, the New Hampshire. Thanks a lot, and I'm glad you enjoy the videos. You have a good one. This is KB9 VBR, QRZ.
Kilo Bravo 0, Tango, Charlie, South Dakota.
All right, South Dakota, please come again.
Yeah, it's Kilo Bravo 0, Tango, Charlie. 2 tangos, 1 Charlie. You're about a 5-4 to South Dakota, South Dakota, over.
Roger, the 5-4 in South Dakota. You're a solid 5-5 here into Wisconsin. Kilo 7260 is the Northern Highland American Legion State Forest. Back to you.
Yeah, what's the parks on the air? Do you know the county of the parks in, over?
I am in, oh geez Louise, I think I'm in Vilas County. That's Vilas, Victor Indigo Lima Alpha Sierra.
Okay, Victor India Lima Alpha Sierra, Vilas. Got it, over.
Roger, roger.
Yeah, thanks for the contact. Sounds like you're having fun, over.
Yeah, it's we had rain. I had rain yesterday when I was setting everything up, but the cold front moved through. Now I got high pressure and strong breeze today, but the sun is out.
Yep, we got clear skies here and cool breeze from the north. It cooled off yesterday, over.
Yeah, it's a lot cooler today. It was earlier in the week we were in the 80s, and now it's like it's like low 60s right now. So good sleeping weather, but got to wear a jacket.
Yep. That's the same here. So 7-3s, and thanks for the little chat. KB0TTC.
Roger that. You have a good one and stay safe. Greatly appreciate the chat this morning. This is KB9 VBR, Parks on the Air, QRZ.
Whiskey 0 Bravo. Victor Echo 3, Lima Delta Tango.
Okay, I got 2 there. I'm going to start with the Whiskey Bravo, or Whiskey 0 Bravo station.
Whiskey 0 Bravo November Charlie, BMC, like the connector.
Roger, Whiskey 0 Bravo November Charlie. You're a 5-5 here into Wisconsin, Whiskey India. Park number K7260, Northern Highland American Legion State Forest.
You're selling that, Michael. I've got you about a 5-5 into Colorado, 55 in northern Colorado.
Roger, 55 into Colorado. Good signal, so I think the band is improving. Thanks for the contact. And I'm going to move on. There was a Victor Echo 3 station. Please come again.
Roger, Victor Echo 3, Lima Delta Tango, 57 Ontario. Thanks for the new one.
Roger, the 57 Ontario. You are a solid 5'9". You're blowing my doors off this morning. So thanks a lot for the contact.
I'm not responsible for any damage to your equipment. I hope you understand that. But anyway, thanks very much for the new park.
Roger that. Yep, park number K7260. And this is the first full activation we've had here. So greatly appreciate it. You have a good one. This is KB9 VBR, Parks on the Air, QRZ. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. KB9 VBR. Kilo Bravo Niner. Victor Bravo Romeo calling CQ for Parks on the air.
Director 6 Kilo Delta X-ray.
I heard an X-ray station.
Victor Echo 6 Kilowatt Delta X-ray, over.
Victor Echo 6 Kilo Delta X-ray. You're about a 3-3 here into Wisconsin. K7260 Northern Highland American Legion State Forest. Back to you.
Roger that. Thank you for the signal report. You are a 5 and 5, 55 Northern Alberta, Canada today, over.
Roger, Northern Alberta. Thanks a lot for the contact, and you stay safe.
Yeah, and yourself, 7-3. Good luck. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. This is KB9 VBR, Parks on the Air, QRZ.
Whiskey 1, Tango, Echo November.
Whiskey 1?
Whiskey 1, Tango, Echo November. Whiskey 1, Tango, Echo November. You're 575757 New Hampshire.
Okay, Whiskey 1, Tango, Echo November. I got the 57 New Hampshire. You're about a 3-3 here into Wisconsin, K7260 Northern Highland American Legion State Forest. Back to you.
Roger, roger. Thank you for the 3-3 to Wisconsin, 73, and thanks for the activation.
All right, my pleasure. You have a good one and stay safe. This is KB9 VBR, QRZ.
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Juliet Mike.
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Juliet Mike. You're 5-3 here into Wisconsin, K7260 Northern Highland American Legion State Forest. Back to you. QSL the 4-3 down in Atlanta, Georgia. So thanks a lot for the contact.
All right, you are at, can you give me that designator again?
Roger, it's K7260. That's 7260 Northern Highland American Legion State Forest in Wisconsin.
QSL K7260.
All right, roger that. You have a good one and stay safe. This is KB9 VBR, QRZ. Okay, I just want to give a little bit of a recap and follow up on my link dipole antenna project combined with a Parks on the Air activation. Like I said, I built the link dipole antenna for 40 and 20 meters, and performance-wise, what can I say? It's a dipole antenna, so you kind of there's a certain level of performance that you're going to kind of expect from a dipole antenna, and it delivered that performance. So it was very good. Had it had it up at about, the center was up 25 feet. The legs were in an inverted V configuration, so they were tied off at about 7 feet each. So it was at a decent height. Usually, 25-30 feet or so. That's is a good height for most of the dipoles in that kind of middle range, 20 meters, 40 meters, etc. If you want to get reasonable performance. Propagation wise, 40 meters. That was the band to be on this weekend. Worked a lot of stations in the Kansas QSO party. Had some fun there. 20 meters was kind of up and down. Even between exchanges in a QSO, you'd have a real strong signal, and then it would go into the deep into the woods, and then it would come back up again. It was just fluctuating like crazy. So that was a little aggravating. I'd say I got about 80-90 contacts on 40 meters. I got about 20 contacts on 20 meters, and between the two bands I probably spent about similar amount of time. So it was definitely, 20 was a lot tougher this weekend than 40 meters, and I'll throw up those maps on the screen here so you can kind of see, you know, where everybody's coming from in the 40 meter band and the 20 meter band. You know, one thing about dipole antennas, you need the space. When I come into a campsite here, you know, there's got to be a tree in a suitable spot for hanging that center, you know, and then there's got to be trees in, you know, spaced out enough so that you can, you know, tie the legs off properly. So, you know, real estate's critical. A 40 meter dipole is only about 65 feet long from end to end, so usually you can fit that into most spaces. But you know, if I was going to go 75-80 meter band, then you're looking at 130 feet. So gotta think about that. That's why, you know, with these Park Center Year activations, vertical antennas seem to be a little bit more preferred because they're easier to set up. You don't have those space limitations. It's typically it's more convenient to spread out ground radials than it is to try to hang wire in the air. And hanging wire in the air, I want to talk a little bit about that. Because the rules are different in different states and in different state parks. Like if we were in Michigan, you're not allowed to, say, tie antennas off into the trees. And that's the same rules in other parks too. And typically, you know, when I'm at a, you know, in a park in a day use capacity, I'm going to be a lot more zero impact, and I'll use a vertical antenna. But camping here, Wisconsin state parks do not have a specific rule on hanging an antenna on or hanging anything in the trees. You know, they just say under general rules, no person may destroy, molest, deface, remove, or attempt to remove any natural growth or natural or archaeological feature except as follows. And then they list some exceptions for say, like edibles and rock collecting and things like that. But so really, you know, there's no rule preventing putting an antenna in the trees. As long as you're not damaging the tree, you should be safe. So that's my interpretation of the Wisconsin State Park rules. Other localities are going to be different, so be mindful of that. And then finally, as a bonus, I wanted to see how this antenna would work on 75 meters. So got out the tuner, and the LDG tuner, you know, it did its magic, and I was able to get a decent match. And this morning I participated in the Wisconsin Aries Races HF net. I heard all of the stations that I was able to hear. You know, I heard everybody. Good signal reports, you know, statewide, and I was picked up with a good strong signal statewide. So it you know, with a proper tuner, you know, you could use this as an 80 meter NVIS or near vertical incident skywave antenna. So kind of think about that. So all in all, you know, the linked dipole antenna, this is going to go into my portable kit, and I'll carry it along with the other things. You know, I might shift things around a little bit and change what I'm doing. So maybe in the future, instead of carrying that chameleon antenna with me all the time, I might only carry, you know, this dipole and the Wolf River coil. That would probably handle about 80-90% of my needs at this point in time, and then I'll maybe make adjustments as we move forward. So that's my thoughts on the 20-40 meter linked dipole antenna. If you've got any advice or thoughts on this, comments, I'd love to hear them. Please leave them in the comments below. We'll kind of keep that conversation going. Any questions, you know, I'll be glad to answer them. But always, as for more articles and information, be sure to check out my blog at www.jpole-antenna.com. Your support of this channel drives the production of future videos, so if you like it, you know, give me the thumbs up. Check out some of my other content, and if you haven't already done so, press that subscribe button. Pressing subscribe and the bell notification is your way to be informed when a future video is released. Well, that's it for this time. I'm Michael, KB9VBR. Have a great day, and 73.